RDOT is going the extra mile to keep debris off the roadways. Come with us at 12:05 as we learn more about their newest plan for cleaning the streets. And flooding is threatening cities across the country. We share what some places are doing to keep their areas safe in 14 minutes. Plus, new housing options are heading to people living in Pine Bluff. Learn more about how to reap the benefits later at 12:22. Your THV 11 News at noon starts now.
You watch THV 11 News.
That is right. Thank you for tuning in to THV 11 News at noon. A special thank you to the students over at Rockefeller Early Childhood Center. This week is Community Helpers Week, and students are learning about different careers and how we help the community, including informing you about the news. And also my friend meteorologist Nathan Scott, who tells us about the weather. Nathan, a lot of kids actually wanted your job. They didn't want to hear about the news. They wanted to talk about the weather. What's going on in weather, Nathan?
Well, I'm sure a lot of people were talking about the weather this morning because we did have some thick fog across the region. Check out this picture from Scott, Mount Nebo, elevation just about 2,000 feet, and you can see that sea of fog just taking over the valley areas of the river valley. Beautiful scene right there. We love to see your pictures all the time. Now that fog has really started to clear out. Here's visible satellite, shrinking coverage in that fog. 59 though in Hot Springs, where that fog has lingered a little bit longer, but it's 67 here in Little Rock, 72 in Camden, and it will be warm out there today. The winds, they're pretty calm. That's why the fog did develop. Highs today, yeah, we did have that front make its way through, but the temperatures will still be unseasonably warm for this time of year. Lots of sunshine, highs low to mid 70s. Cool air builds its way in here tonight. Temperatures sliding back down into the mid 40s, and tomorrow much cooler. Highs primarily into the upper 50s to lower 60s, and your nighttime lows coming up will be chilly. I'll have more on that forecast coming up.
All right, Nathan, thank you. Well, new this afternoon, we have learned about a new partnership between the Attorney General and the University of Arkansas that plans to secure the state's constitutional documents. Attorney General Tim Griffin announced today his office would join alongside U of A to preserve such documents. It comes as we reach the 150th anniversary of the Arkansas Constitution. Griffin says they plan to do so by converting those documents to digital so everyone can have access. Happening later today, city directors in Little Rock will decide on whether to extend operations for the new real-time crime center. A new 5-year agreement would continue allowing local authorities to tap into city cameras to solve crime. We'll work to learn what comes of today's meeting and keep you posted. Well, more economic growth is heading to South Arkansas as one of the biggest timber companies in the world will soon set up shop in the state. The company, Weyerhaeuser, is planning to open a $500 million facility near Monticello. It will expand the company's annual production and create nearly 200 jobs for the area. Construction should start this year, with the building expected to open by 2027. Governor Sarah Sanders issued a statement on the expansion, calling it pivotal for, quote, growing that portion of the state and investing in Arkansas's forestry industry for generations to come, end quote. The GOP is backing President-elect Donald Trump's pick for Attorney General. Kristen Benavides shares more as Trump lays out his plan for immigration.
House Republican lawmakers are standing by former Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz as he pursues the Attorney General job, and new details emerge from an Ethics Committee investigation.
I think it's a good decision. I think that's why the sewer is raising so much cane about it, because in both parties, because they know he's gonna cut it out a lot of nonsense.
There were no cell phones allowed.
Attorney Joel Leppert tells CBS News' Major Garrett that 2 of his clients told the House panel they were paid to have sex with Gaetz at a party in Orlando, Florida in 2017.
She arrived at the party. She had sex with Representative Gaetz within minutes of her arrival. Later on, when she was walking out to the pool area, she observed to her right Representative Gaetz having sex with her friend, who was 17 at the time.
A Department of Justice investigation into the allegations ended with no charges being filed. Gaetz has denied any wrongdoing.
A spokesman for President-elect Trump's transition team called Leopard's claims, quote, baseless allegations intended to derail the second Trump administration.
We are also learning more about Trump's plans to carry out, in his words, the largest deportation program in history. Trump's incoming border czar, former acting ICE director Tom Homan, outlined 3 steps the new administration plans to take: securing the border, finalizing deportations, and accounting for unaccompanied children.
We're going to focus on public safety threats and national security threats first, and fugitives, those who cross the border legally.
Last night, Trump announced former Congressman and TV host Sean Duffy to lead the Department of Transportation. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Well, on the national stage, Russia is responding to President Biden's authorization allowing Ukraine to use its missiles. Until now, the U.S. has avoided taking such action. The Kremlin in Russia warns that Washington is provoking escalated tensions by, quote, adding fuel to the fire. Here at home, RDOT is taking new measures to keep debris off the streets. THV 11's Brooke Buckner takes you through the roadways along for a better look.
What looks like a snowplow actually serves a different purpose.
When there's debris on the roadway, I mean, that's not good for anybody.
That's why RDOT is about to buy around 25 of these lane blades to add to its existing 18.
It's a blade, a big blade you attach to an existing RDOT truck, and once you go through that installation process, which is pretty quick, it just kind of goes down the roadway. The entire lane scoops it up, pushes it out.
RDOT spokesperson Dave Parker says not only is it quicker for workers, but safer too.
It means that our guys and our women don't have to get out there and move that debris, which can be, you think about it, out on an interstate, 75 miles an hour, it's a little intimidating.
Parker says they've seen good results after using the blades for the past couple of years, so they applied for a grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Unfortunately, we're very happy we receive or will receive this $1 million grant.
And after the new year, RDOT will purchase the blades and distribute them statewide.
They each cost about $40,000. So just about every county, not all 75, but just about all of them will. It's mainly counties that have an interstate crossing them or a major highway.
He calls it a win-win for both RDOT crews and drivers.
Once we get all of them in, we're going to start tracking the times, the response time on these. So just to make sure we're doing the best job we possibly can.
In Little Rock, Brooke Buckner, THV 11 News.
Well, across Central Arkansas, those in need will start depending on places like the Compassion Center and the watershed to get through the holidays. Those very organizations are now calling on you for help. The Compassion Center typically serves over 1,200 meals a day during this time of year. The watershed also helps with providing food, clothes, and other necessity items. With supplies running low, those organizations hope your donations can help get people through the holidays.
We're seeing a low percentage of donations coming in this year. By this time last year, we probably had close to 300 turkeys, and we just have barely 150 this year.
Well, you're encouraged to donate items like turkeys, cornmeal, gravy, and other Thanksgiving goods. We have additional info on how to help on our website. That's thv11.com. In the capital city, officials at the Bill Clinton Presidential Library are pointing toward future changes in its 20th year. Since opening, the area has underwent significant development. Now the library wants to update exhibits, expand archives, and create more spaces for public use. Well, it's that time of year to snag some of the hottest toys for your children. We share what's at the top of every kid's wish list at 12:17.
I'm guessing Light Bright. Remember that? Love that thing. All right, we're talking about the potential of the frost and freeze going up. Watch the timeline here as those bars go up. We'll see the chance of a frost and freeze, especially Friday morning and Saturday morning. Changes will be happening. I'll have more on that forecast coming up.